when do you get to the point where you're just like, it's just not needed? When is enough? Where's that sweet spot? Where's that sweet spot between, gas economy and insurance costs and, outright performance? And I ask this question because, next year, this bike will probably be, maybe not the beginning of the year, it'll definitely last me all of this year and hopefully, a good chunk of next year. But the question then is what bike do I look at? What bike will I look at and be happy with? It all depends really on the people that you talk to. I know a lot of them I talk to a lot of, well, it really depends. Older riders, they're always going big, go big, go big. And when I say big, I'm like 1500 cc plus. And then you talk to the new riders, and they're, some of the new riders, and I don't want to say some are smarter than others, but like, barely anybody recommended me getting a 250. And I'm way happy that I did, It's a great bike. It's a perfect bike for me to learn on. It's going to last me, 2, if not 3 seasons, because I'm not using it to fool around on. I'm not using it to showboat or anything like that. I'm using it to be able to get outside and, go on a ride. So it's perfect. But I would like something a little bigger. So 2 reasons. Number 1 reason is the 250 just doesn't have enough, oomph for 2 up. So yes, I can ride with me and my daughter on it, that's okay. But me and my wife, no, not really. If it was flat and it was a short distance, yeah, we could get away with it. But, anything long, especially when I use a tour, it just wouldn't be happening. So I wanted something that had a much more comfortable seat, as well as hopefully something that's going to have a comfortable seat for her if she decides to ride. Now, second was, she's thinking about riding as well. So next year, she may end up getting this bike. And if she gets this bike and she decides, she takes her license and decides she loves riding and she wants to start on this one, which I hope she does, then I will definitely need to get myself something bigger. Now, a few of the bikes that I've been thinking of are, again, cruiser style. Anything from, let's say, the Vulcan 900. So, both the classic and the custom, even though I think I'm leaning more toward the custom. The V-Star 950 or V-Star 950 Tour. And then going up a shot, I was looking at the V-Star 1300 Tour. Now, those are kind of in that similar range, but what happens is, oh yeah, one more bike, just 2 more bikes actually to throw it at you. If I really want to go, excuse me, if I really want to go touring, I put 2 other bikes on the list, and it really all depends on if my wife decides to get this one. If she doesn't, then we want a much bigger bike just for both of us to ride on. And my choices were the Yamaha Royal Star 1300 or the Kawasaki Vulcan Nomad 1500. Now, definitely not new in any one of these, but the smaller bikes, the 900, and the 1300 V-Star and stuff like that, and 950 V-Star, those are both bikes that I can get fairly new, not new, but fairly new. So I'm looking at, I don't know, 2007, 2008, maybe even a little newer, depending on how much I want to save. The Royal Star and the Nomad, I'd have to go quite a bit older, so I'd be looking at early 2000s, so 2001, 2002-ish, somewhere in that range, just to get that size of bike for the price that I'm able to pay. Anyways, those are some of the bikes that are kind of in my sights. So here comes the questions then. I'm going to be using these bikes for probably, I don't know, 70% 100% commuter. Okay, back and forth to work, doing stuff like this. But I do want to have a couple of really big day trips in there, and I do like to go for, you know, weekend trips and stuff like that. So what do I look at? Are those 950s big enough? Are they plenty big? You know, do I have to go up to the 1300 and stuff like that? Okay, so continuing on. Here's my other thoughts now. 950, say Vulcan, versus 1300, whatever, versus 1500 Vulcan or Nomad. Okay, so other things I have to think about. Does the performance, are they that much better? Is the bike just that much heavier? How much is insurance going to be? Insurance on a 1500 bike for someone that hasn't ridden for very many years, my guess, probably fairly expensive. And lastly, what's the gas going to be like on them? You know, I live in Canada. Gas isn't cheap. If you think it's expensive in the States, just come up here. You know, last time I filled up, it was $1.50 per liter. So, it's expensive. So, all these are things to take into play. And I just want to know your guys' thoughts on this because, you know, I have a feeling I'm going to go with a 950 or 900, but I really don't want to be second guessing myself. I really don't want to buy it and be like, I did that all wrong. I should have bought something bigger. So anyways, any help that you guys can give would be muchos appreciated. Because, not that I'm going to be buying anything soon, but, you know, I will be buying something next season. And I would like to definitely start looking around, checking out insurance prices, checking out stuff like this. If you guys have ridden any of these bikes, or have any of these bikes, hey, please feel free to let me know what you think of them and if it's a good purchase. Any one of these, like I said, a good chance of they're going to be 2 up on it on times, and a lot of storage. So I'm going to have bags on it like crazy. So all that is good. Alright guys, I'm home. Hope you enjoyed the ride. And we shall talk to you all soon.